Yes.
No one knows what they're doing in this f***ing industry.
You weren't just a little heel. You were an absolute heel. Right?
I've had so many good times exploring Muff.
See, I've never really been.
It's not your thing.
No. Hello and welcome to Capital Breakfast After the Show. I'm Jordan North, here with Chris Stark and Sian Welby.
I quite like it when you say, and this and that is Sian Welby.
Hello, I'm Jordan North. This is Chris Stark and that is Sian Welby.
Hi.
It's
That over
giving...
there.
Oh, I've seen you've been joined by a beautiful lady. It's a man, actually, Derek.
It's a man,
How
actually,
dare
Derek.
you.
Do you know, with that clip, the bit that always gets me is not the mistake of mixing up the man or woman. It's the phrase "it's." It never gets enough of.
It's a man, actually, Derek.
It doesn't get enough of a spotlight. I don't think.
I seen him at Ascot and I went up to him and I'm sorry, you must get this all the time. And I just went, you've been joined by a beautiful lady. He just went, it's a man, actually, Derek. And he knew exactly what he's doing because he got it all the time. I want to get him on the show.
If you're a fan of that clip, have you seen? So his name's Tomo, right?
What, the reporter?
The main guy on it.
Yes.
Well, there's two videos you need to see if you're a fan of that clip. One is they've reunited all of them. So Tomo and then the guy who's on the camera interviewing it's a man, actually, Derek. All three of them in a room together at a recent races. You'll find it. You know, sensible searching, you'll find it. The other video you need to see is Tomo doing a tour of I think it's called the Bawtry Hotel.
Yeah.
And it's a promotional video for the Bawtry Hotel. Have you seen this, Sian?
No.
Oh,
Can we show Sian this?
Yeah,
Is that possible?
Let's play in the clip.
If you're racing at Doncaster, this is the place to stay. It's the Crown Hotel at Bawtry. Come inside. It's wonderful. Come and enjoy it with us. This is one of the executive suites, and this, of course, is the wet bathroom. Oh, sorry, girls. And look at this. You can even watch a flat screen in bed. And I've got to tell you, there's something in the hotel bedroom here that you'll never find in any other hotel in Britain.
So he's clearly paid 4 or 5 women to
Very well.
unbelievable.
Unfortunate.
Is it great?
Do you know what I will say? Because obviously everyone in there was a willing participant. They're the kind of gigs where, when I was like 19, I can imagine being the one roped into. Sian, do you mind just doing a quick favour for me? And I'd have gone, yeah, sure. Next thing you know,
You're in bed at the Crown Hotel Bawtry with Derek Thompson. That's going to be well.
And I would have been in that dressing gown going, oh man, I got paid 50 quid to do this. Like, we've all been there, those jobs that haunt you for life.
Yeah.
He will obviously regret that going on YouTube.
Do you know what? I think just for the fun of it, we should, when the adverts are playing, we should throw in a free promotion of the Crown Hotel in Bawtry.
What, and see if
just
anyone
for them.
notices?
Yeah.
It will.
Put it in the middle. Right, listen to our ads today, see if it sneaks in.
Before we move on, a couple of things to pick up on. A lot of people have been asking if my style's any better, apparently.
It looks a lot better.
It's still there, but it's a lot better. Thank you for asking. After show at capitalfm.com if you ever want to get in touch. And also the photo in the background today, if you ever watch this on Global Player, the official Capital app. So this is Kelly in Leeds, sent in a picture of her kitten Pretzel. She meant to send it in when we were after feet pics, hoping her toe beans would make the cut. So it's
Oh,
just
the
that.
toe beans on cats. Do you know what they mean? You know, look at the little pink bits. Oh, don't you just want to squish it? Just want to prod the feet.
Do you want to pull any more toes this week?
No,
Yes.
I don't.
Okay.
Does remind me, though. I think we're going to move on from the feet pics now, by the way. Just send in a nice picture of yourself.
Yeah,
maybe.
don't send in any feet
Because we have to
pictures.
explain the feet thing
Every
to new
time.
listeners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just any picture.
Just send in a nice picture. If you'd like to feature behind us here, we've got a little photo frame. We love to feature a different podcast listener every week. On the feet thing, though, Maddie the Baddie, who works on our show, I think this was last week, potentially, when she said this. She came out with the line of the year for me already.
Go on.
She claimed, in all seriousness, that what we're experiencing right now is a real moment for toes.
It's the way she says it.
The shit that girl comes out with.
But she says it with such conviction, and she's just got such a trusting voice.
She said it so seriously to me.
Yes.
As in, I'm not saying this is the only drama in her life, but the way she said it to me was like she was really letting me know, you know what, this is going to be a year to remember. Toes are just really having a moment right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a term going around. We actually got Maddie the Baddie on air last week to come and explain it. It basically, there's a term that means dogs out, and another word
Dogs
for
out summer.
Yeah, dogs out summer. Another word for that is toes. And Maddie basically said she went to a nightclub in her flip-flops, her Havanas, Havianas, that's what they're called. And we, being the millennials in our 30s that we are, kicked off because it was ridiculous. We've said this before, I'll say it again. It literally ruined nights out for us that you couldn't go out in trainers at the weekend. Stupid. I never wear shoes now. I'm always in trainers, but for a night out, you have to wear winkle pickers.
My mate got bunions from the stuff we had to go through as girls to get in a nightclub. I'm talking, you wouldn't just be in a small heel. You weren't just a little heel. You were an absolute heel. Like, you wore a bloody 6-inch heel. And your feet swelled. Everyone had this thing about you couldn't take your shoe off. Even though your foot had swelled to the size of a pig's trotter, right? If you took your foot out, it would never go back in the shoe. That's how swelled up they were. And now, you've got all these, like, Gen Zs going to the club in an Air Force One. And I cannot believe a flip-flop.
It's mad.
I can't believe that that's even allowed.
Maddie the Baddie on our show went out in flip-flop. We would in our day, it's stupid because they should have just let us have trainers, like smart trainers. You can get in anywhere in trainers now.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we had to wear those pointy becking winkle pickers.
We all looked awful, when we were growing up.
Yeah,
we all did.
We did.
We looked bad.
Not that we're bitter about it. Right, we were off to interview Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson after the recording last week. How do we think that went, guys?
Well, I mean, honestly, or...
No, be honest.
You know when a producer says it'll be all right in the edit.
Yeah, that's radio.
Let's be
so
real.
Right.
Yeah, that was an interview we did after the show, recorded, edited, put out during the show. I'm just going to say, thank God it was an edit.
Okay, I think that interview perfectly summed up the difference between me and you, Sian.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think there were many elements to it which felt like I was in quicksand.
Yes.
Or like a really awkward, horrible
Yes.
thing that which at times we're trying to scramble to get out of it because it actually felt like it was going quite badly.
It did.
It felt like he, in particular, wasn't liking us.
I think he might. Go on.
No, sorry. Just to round it off. I've really learned to like that situation because I think when you listen, the world isn't all shiny, and not every person is like, "Hi guys." So when we get these types of people in and they're a bit weird or intriguing or just a different energy, I find it kind of interesting and exciting. Yeah. Maybe a bit more than two people who come in and just play with a straight bat the whole time.
I do hear you, and I get that Liam Neeson's very dry. He actually, honestly, reminded me a bit of my own dad. Very dry sense of humour, and he can sit in silence. He can melt into an awkward moment. I feel like he sort of came in and alpha mailed the room, I would say. That's how I felt. I was like, he's making us know who's in charge of this interview. And we're going at his pace. If he doesn't want to answer our question, he's just not going to really answer it. Maybe I've just got slight PTSD because it reminded me of Harrison Ford.
So you're on your own on that one.
That interview has scarred you. It has,
but it's not even that they're horrible people. I don't even want to get that. I don't want to say that.
No.
It's more that if I am not good at sitting in awkward silences, and so therefore it makes me backpedal and squirm and then say something ridiculous because I can't sit in it, and I find it really hard.
Yeah, he gave me a little wink and I knew he was in on it. He's very dry, he plays up to a character, and I was like, all right, I'm getting this. Pamela, I think, was like, she was a bit nervous and a bit shy, I think. She was quite quiet, which you don't want in an interview, do you?
I really grew up loving Pamela Anderson, and I thought she was going to be actually a bundle of energy. And I thought that the two of them, but you've got to bear in mind, they've not come in doing some sort of art house film. They've come in to talk about Naked Gun, the most slapstick, ridiculous movie almost ever made. It's the remake, isn't it, of those Leslie Nielsen movies. I kind of thought at least one of them's going to bring the high energy and it will balance it.
Yeah, but she was really quiet and reserved.
Quiet. She was very reserved.
Yeah,
But then that's partly I think that's kind of our doing as well, in that it was, I think, quite a strange atmosphere because he wasn't just coming at it with this whole energy. I think Pamela Anderson, it was even sort of slightly looking at us and then our reaction to Liam. So I kind of get from her point of view it's a kind of odd place to be coming at this from.
Yeah.
So, but in all of this, I think you're totally right, Sian. Like, I don't think anything can get taken out of context here in terms of what we're trying to explain. We're just trying to show the realities of interviewing, like different types of interviews, and how it is different experience every time you interview someone.
You know when you're going to get Alison Hamilton in, it's just a laugh. It's going to be
and obviously
energy.
That energy is something I'm just more comfortable with. And I do agree that it's actually partly my own issue that I don't like that energy.
It's the same as all of us. So here's what I think is a key difference. I think when you're on your own and you go and interview, say, your experience with Harrison Ford, that seems to be now a weekly talking point.
Man.
And then we have our experience as we did with Liam Neeson. They were fantastic guests. They're two Hollywood legends. Amazing to be in a space with them. We're so lucky to be in a space with them. Because there's three of us, I get to enjoy you being full Sian Welby against a guy who is almost the antithesis of that.
Yeah.
When an immovable force meets an unmovable object, or whatever, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
I think we were both in a battle. I was like, "You're coming to my energy." He was like, "You're not. You're coming to my energy." And I was like, "No, I'm going to bring you up to mine." He was like, "No, you are not."
It's great.
And that was where we were at.
That's
I think.
it.
Yeah,
Why don't we
That's
look?
exactly
Why don't
it.
we just have a quick listen to it? Here's a good chunk of the interview that happened with Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson, and I thought it was very funny but really dry.
What about for you, Liam? When you probably read the instruction to go on set. Liam enters in a skirt. This is like the opening scene. It's one of those ridiculously silly little skits.
It's so good.
It's so ridiculous. But that's kind of sets the tone for the rest of the film, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it did. Yeah, it was. That was the first 2-3 days of shooting. Dressed in a school uniform.
A girl's school uniform.
Girls' school uniform.
Yeah. I think he asked for the skirt to just be a little bit shorter.
I
You're going to wear strawberry underpants. You want those.
That is the opening
Featured.
scene. When you go to watch the movie and you've got to go and see it, that is the opening scene, and it's so funny.
Which is a funny one. You know, when someone asks you, how was work? And that's the kind of thing that you've been getting up to, and you go, nah, busy, this and that.
It's a long day.
I love you guys. Liam, because your character in this is quite serious, but the film's quite slapstick, how do you stop yourself from just bursting out laughing? Like, if we ever have to do something where we don't laugh, I always think of my old maths teacher, Mrs. Mallet, if she's listening. But for some reason, it just stops me laughing. Do you have a way of doing it?
I think of my dead mother.
Don't look what he's done.
What?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't think I could have laughed.
Sorry, Liam.
That's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
Sorry.
Try to be serious.
Sorry. Wow.
The incredible deadpan is unbelievable. You can't.
I think you're the...
That's going to haunt me.
You know what? You know, like a dry sense of humour? I think Liam Neeson might have the driest sense of humour.
think so.
I love it. See? It's never as bad as what you think.
No, I know.
Is it?
No, I know. But look, the reality is sometimes being in those situations are just so hard.
Yeah.
Can I say that I just got a quick flashback to another thing that happened in the Harrison Ford interview? I don't think I've told you this.
Go on.
So when you are in those back foot situations where you've gone in with your energy and you're hoping they're as enthusiastic as you, and then they're not, you're hitting that brick wall. It's like falling on the first hurdle and then you trip into all the rest. And when I was having that interview with Harrison Ford, he plays the Incredible Hulk. So again, it's not that serious,
No.
right? It's not that deep, is
Have
it?
a laugh.
He's playing the Hulk.
Sell your movie.
So
Have a laugh.
I'm really clutching at the straws to try and get him to talk. And I'd seen some footage of him getting into character as a Hulk. So then I said to him, I was like, oh, what did you think of when you were getting into that character? Like, what made you angry? And he sort of did a really long pause. So obviously I'm thinking, oh God. And he goes, I probably think about my wife, right? So I'm thinking, okay, he's answered this and he's given me quite a funny answer. So then I try and riff off the back of this. I was like, oh, your wife, that's ha ha ha, that's funny. I was like, oh, you always take it out on the ones you love. And he went, take it out. I'm not taking it out on anyone. And I was like, oh no, he's now panicked that I'm accusing him of something. And you know when it's just the hole's getting dug bigger, I'm sinking into the chair thinking help. But that's the reality of it.
It's because we're so desperate to like not upset. We want them to have a great time coming and see us. We want them to come away going, oh, we really like them guys. The reality is when you interview all these different people, that's not always the case. Or sometimes they just identify with one of us a bit more than the others. I've been in so many situations where you guys have been having such a laugh with someone and I've been there going like, I'm not on this level of...
You're in the little cook chair.
I'm just watching. And then sometimes I feel like I'm having to force a bit of laughter just to keep myself in the conversation. And that's because, and this is great having this podcast, we are just wanting all our guests to come in, have a nice time.
Maybe that's it.
And impress them. And you know,
we don't match the energy of the show, which is hard, isn't it?
Yeah, but also we need to bring them in, and like they're our guests. You want them to feel welcome.
You are
and we
right.
don't obviously always get that right. We are no one knows what they're doing in this fucking industry. We're all blagging it.
True.
That's true.
It's that you're so right. It's the panic of trying to keep everyone happy.
Right then, Chris, last week you were cozying up with James Cameron in a lift, and this week you've got another celeb story for us. This is mad.
This isn't a weekly thing.
I just didn't know.
It is the showbiz segment this morning.
Really
didn't know you were really good mates with somebody that I grew up and absolutely adored. You and Robbie Williams.
No, I'm not really good mates with him.
You're being modest.
Talk us through the situation, because you're in a situation that is so cool and I suppose it's like surreal. You had a surreal moment.
So, all right. So I went to go see Robbie Williams in Munich this weekend, and I know him a bit. And
is this through radio?
Yeah. It's just over the years.
Yeah.
Like, again, in the spirit of honesty on this podcast, he's just a very supportive, brilliant guy. And he's got this way of just reaching out to people occasionally, and he's really like on top of British culture, and like he loves, for example, the podcast that I do with Crouch. He listens to that quite a lot.
Yeah. You said he's a bit like Elton John in the terms of he's aware of everything that's going on.
Yeah, like I think sometimes you can think pop stars as big as him and that are just in a totally different world, and to some extent that's true, but there are so many things that bond them anyway.
That's nice.
That's the backstory.
Yeah, but that's a nice, because he doesn't get a lot of good press, let's be honest. Hence why he doesn't live in this country anymore. It's nice to hear someone just talking about him like that. He's a very kind, caring
he's great
guy. Yes,
I honestly think he's one of the loveliest, aside from exactly what you were saying, Jordan, like he's one of the most talented people that I've grown up with. He's awesome. Yeah. Anyway, so last weekend, went to go see him in Munich. It was mine and my wife's anniversary. So we just thought, why don't we go do something special? We were there with a couple of friends as well. And so we're going to the concert. Guests of Robbie as well. Like he sorts it. It's very kind of him.
Wow.
So what was really nice about this one is, I think because it wasn't London and he didn't have as many people there, sort of as many friends and family and stuff like that, he basically just said, like, do you want to meet up a couple of hours before? So we went there a couple of hours before and just hung out.
That's mad.
He played some of his new music.
Yeah, man.
Which is wicked.
But tell them about the bit before they went on stage.
Oh yeah, this was
You're like a mum in the corner. Tell grandma.
This was cool.
Tell.
So Robbie Williams does this thing before every gig, and he's done it at every gig, where he has a huddle. So he gets everyone's in a room, quite a small room, and it's him, his dancers, the same band, same setup that he's always had, and they get into a circle, and they put their arms around each other, and he says this, he says these few words that he says at every gig, and does a little Elvis impression, and then he goes out and performs. And so he invited us to come join the huddle. So what was nuts is we went into this room and he's warming up and he's just walking around this room starting his vocal warm-up. So it was kind of awkward because I was just stood
la, 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 la,
and he's
la.
going, ma, 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 me, 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 me. And then the guitarist there just starts playing the song. He breaks into Relight My Fire.
Oh, wow.
Starts just singing Relight My Fire. I was there just, like, this is awesome. And then we did the huddle thing, and it was
like all arms together, interlocking.
Yeah, it's mad.
In a
like he's got his arm around me,
That's cool.
And then I've got my arm around my wife, and she's got her arm around, I think, like a random dancer. And
What a moment.
That was a mad moment because I've seen that at every one of his concerts, and that was wicked to do.
That's mad.
And then he just did this sound like after his gig, he was like, he sat on the sofa. He's like, Starkey, come sit down here. And we just had, he said a lot of things that were very cool.
What a gent.
Yeah,
I
top
saw
man.
him in I actually can't remember what I think it is a famous venue, but it was in like Norfolk, and I surprised Jake because my other half's a big fan of his, and I convinced Jake we were going to go to a cheese tasting festival in Norfolk, so he was in such a bad mood because we'd travelled so far, and I was trying to keep it a secret. I mean, the whole thing's a nightmare because I hadn't thought about travel. We ended up having to stay in like the only B&B left. As you can imagine, it was a bit interesting,
Rough.
China. Well, it was like the dolls, very haunted. God. There was dolls on the bed when we got in there. Couple were really nice, but yeah. And he says we went to see him, and I think you said the same that it's almost like you get stand up as well as a concert.
Oh my god, he's so funny.
But Jake was like, this was the best day of his life. And what I was impressed with Robbie is he remembers the name of everyone that he calls out of the crowd, doesn't he?
Mm.
Like if he has a conversation, what's your name, Becky? Half an hour later, he might pick up another joke with her.
Back.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
I'd love to. I've never seen him live. I want to go and see
Never
him.
seen him
though.
live?
No, I've never seen
Gotta
him
make
live.
that
Oh,
happen.
we'll go to the next one then.
Deal. I'll hold you to that.
It was cool.
I bet. All right. You and your more showbiz stories for us next week. I'm winding
it's
you up.
not even that. And also, I don't want to make this sound like a mad flex kind of thing.
No,
Do you know what I mean? I'm aware, and he's aware. He's obviously famous. I think what people don't realise is just quite how brilliantly normal Robbie Williams is, and I love him for it.
Right then, after the show at capitalfm.com. If you ever want to get in touch with this here Capital Breakfast podcast, it's called After the Show. It's with me, Jordan North, Chris Stark, and Sian Welby. And of course, we're on Capital Breakfast every weekday, Monday to Friday, 6 till 10 p.m. What have we got in the quotes from the notes this week,
Well,
please,
I've
Sian?
seen the selection. I can't say the third one.
Yeah, you can.
No, that's going to get people riled up. Okay. One of them this was just a classic Welby rant. Does anyone understand the Microsoft Authenticator app?
Great question.
Right, there are some things in life that I just think aren't real. Yeah. Wi-Fi on a train, it doesn't exist.
Nope.
Let's stop pretending. When we connect, it literally is a plug in a potato. We know that. It's not real. It's not real. The Microsoft Authenticator app, what is it doing?
What even
What
is that the one?
authority does it have, Jackie Weaver?
What is that one? Is that the one where you have to pick bridges and bicycles?
No, it's the one where you're trying to just log into a work email. It's always something as bog standard as that. And suddenly, no, emailing another account isn't good enough. Sending you a text message isn't good enough. Now you need to get the code from the Authenticator app. What is it?
But by the way, that code will change every 6 seconds.
Yes, so by the time you've got it, it's already expired.
It's mad.
But I don't get how it generates. And I went on the other day, I was just trying to do something so simple. It should have been a 2-minute job. And when I went to get the Authenticator code, it was getting me to log in. Well, the point was I didn't know the login because that's why I was logged out.
I don't understand why iPhones, right, we're so far ahead on it, as in that thing seems to recognise my face in the dark. And since you guys have got me on Apple Pay, honestly, I'm paying for things so it's
too easy.
It's so brilliant.
It's lethal, isn't it, though?
How are we not in a situation where you can walk into the studio and the screen just sees you? And I just think we should be a bit further ahead, generally speaking, in the UK. I just wonder if we need to kind of, come on, catch up, everyone.
Well, if Katy
We should
Perry's
walk into a
going
room,
to
the computer
space,
should say, "Hi, Chris." We should be doing that.
Yeah, there's certain things I think we're wasting a lot of money on doing these stupid things like trying to work out what dust is on Mars. Just let's sort the Wi-Fi on trains and let's just be able to log into emails.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
You are. Spot on. I'm here with you. Go on, give us another.
Chris, you love Muff.
Ah, yeah. Right. So occasionally Muff does get talked about on the show. I'm partial, and I've had so many good times exploring Muff.
See, I've never really been.
It's not your thing.
No.
But
you, you dive straight in, Chris. You really.
Oh, come on.
Go for it.
I'll tell you what it is. There's a place, if you don't know about this, there's a place in Donegal
In Ireland.
called Muff. And I've been there. And I went there because I was doing a tour of funny places in the UK.
Yeah, that's great.
So the immature side of me picked out some of these places and went to explore them. Now, come on, we can say on the podcast, it's hilarious there is a place called Muff. But what's funny about it is the town's fully embraced it. So there is a genuine muff diving association.
Right, just this is what I was trying to say on the radio, but I couldn't go into it because we were going to get into a lot of trouble.
You could.
Did it need a diving school? Is it even near water,
Yes,
or
it's
is
near
it just
water.
for the sake
yeah,
of?
no, they're a great
Muff
diving
diving
association. Yeah.
Muff diving.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? By the way, what is muff diving in the other context?
I don't know.
So is muff diving?
Well, it's.
Is
Why
it
do we
what
have
I
to
think
do
it
this?
is?
Well, I don't know what you're thinking.
Well, there's is it?
Oh God.
Oh, maybe.
You're diving in head first.
I was
Yeah?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
muff diving.
Yeah, of
right.
course.
Okay. Okay.
But then you said about the the distillery.
You go to Muff. There's a Muff Barbers, of course, which is great. There's the Diving Association, which you can become a member of. Also, I think they used to do it as a gift. So, for example, if you're listening to this and you want your partner to be an official Muff diver, you could apply for the membership and stuff like that. It's a good gift idea, right? And then you're right. There's a distillery, genuinely a lovely gin and a lovely vodka from the Muff Liquor Company.
Good.
Right? And a load of celebrities have got involved in this. I think Ed Sheeran's involved, Niall's involved. There's a little Irish consortium. You got your Ronan Keatings. I think Gerard Butler's involved.
Great.
And
Why is he getting himself involved in
because it's a great drink, and I've been there. And Laura, who runs the company, is just amazing. And I've always kept an eye on them.
Good.
And Muff Liquor hasn't quite translated over here, but I think they're going to have a real Cruz Campo moment at some point. And
Great.
Where you walk into a bar and suddenly it's all just
Cruz
really
Campos everywhere.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I was going to say just a quick one before we move on from it. Just again, because this is all about the behind the scenes. So that was today's show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is what I was going to pick up. And then we do what we call a listen back every
Oh,
week
God.
with our boss. And in the old days, you used to call it a snoop, but you're not allowed to call it that anymore.
Are you not?
No, because apparently it's like, because it's snooping and it's a listen back.
What? Because it suggests it's unconsensual.
No, because
Yeah, have a look.
it's got negative terms with snooping in on your show.
Yeah, but that's
why.
exactly what they're doing. I remember when I worked on Heart, I had to listen back to my entire show in silence while a judging face looked at me, and then afterwards they say, "What did you think of that?"
Yeah, well, but in
Great.
radio you have listen back snoops, and we listen with our boss every Tuesday. I actually enjoy them, and I think they just help you keep your eye on them. But it's like,
It's constructive feedback.
So
we
important,
genuinely.
so
I
important.
used to hate them, especially when I started in radio. I used to hate them at the old place as well. But
explain what they are.
So basically, you listen back to a half an hour of your show, and what we do here, what I'd never done before, and I think it's brilliant, is we'll listen to our show for 20 minutes, and then we'll go and listen to other shows at the same time, what they're doing. And I've never done that before, and I think it's a game changer as an eye opener. So today, Sod's Law, our boss was like, right, what are we listening back to? And let's do 6:30, and that's when we were talking about muff diving.
Heavy muff.
Heavy chat about
But-
muffs.
But
and
right on the line, by the way.
Right on the line.
It was all
it
fine.
was all above
like-
board, just in case there was any little ears listening. But of course, you have to try and make. We're always on
Yes.
that borderline, aren't we?
And 6:30 is the perfect time to do it. And what was it our boss said? What
I've
was
got
the
it
quote?
here. He says, "You're right on the line with muffs and baths." Wait, sorry.
Go on.
He said, "You're right on the line with muffs and baps there," and that was a serious sentence. that
Baps
came out
was
of
a
his mouth.
separate conversation we
The
got
problem
into.
was we had two topics. Muffs came out of nowhere because it was a question in rhyme time,
Yeah.
and then Chris had a story about the place in Ireland. But then I was ready and primed to tell a story about baps being the new phrase that everyone's using.
Which is
Boyfriends and partners.
so muffs and baps, and that's, I think, perfect to wrap us up today.
That should be the name of this podcast, actually. Muffs, baps, and...
Muffs,
Raps.
baps, and what's allowed.
Yeah. Muffs, baps, and raps, maybe. Straight in, no kissing. What's the first email we've got, please?
Okay, now last week, Jordan, you were talking about eating a yoghurt with your fingers.
Yeah, because I had no spoons because I've just moved house. Yeah, which,
Okay.
by the way, I've been doing a lot lately.
What, just being an animal?
I've eaten yogurts a couple of times since without any spoons.
We've made it a podcast thing now,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Oh, that was right, to finger a yoghurt.
So
I
I'm
don't
Just
like
see another person in the office and they're eating
Wash
yogurt
your
with their
hands
finger. You
before.
know they listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Grace in York's joining the chat, and she's got some wrong and behaviour, she says. My boyfriend's dad regularly eats lime pickle and peanut butter on toast, and if it's not that, it's mint sauce and peanut butter on toast. Lime pickle is the one bit you get in the Indian takeaway, isn't it? That everyone's confused about whether they try it or not.
Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Because the mango chutney gets all the glory.
Oh, that gets rinsed.
What's the little yogurt they have?
I love that, the mint yogurt.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
class.
it's so
With
good.
poppadoms.
I could eat that. I haven't had an Indian takeaway.
I had one this weekend. It was class, yeah.
Oh.
It was really good.
So, is this the point where you tell us you've got mint sauce and peanut butter on toast for us? No, we
No.
haven't.
Oh, no, good. Because
I do like mint sauce on a lot of things, though.
Can I just say, peanut
Agreed.
butter and Marmite together on toast,
Never tried it.
spot on, game changer. Not mint sauce, peanut butter and Marmite. Try that.
On your point as well, though, mint sauce needs to be on more things than roast dinners. It's
It
actually
does. It's
well
so
nice.
nice,
Peas,
isn't it?
just put it on peas. Put it on new
Great
potatoes.
idea.
New potatoes.
Yes.
Really good on.
Jordan.
Never
Lovely
put
on
mint.
peas.
Every time we have peas, put a bit of mint sauce.
Yeah,
on.
we do actually, to make it like an Nando's.
But
Yeah.
don't you have to just get like the tip of the knife? You only get a tiny bit
You don't want
because
too much.
it's
Strong. Yeah, just mix it in.
Just mix it
Mint
in.
sauce, right? Next time you make peas in pan, put your mint sauce in, knob of butter, and mix it round with a spoon.
Oh.
So on this, like we're talking about this now, and it makes me a little bit hungry. The food situation at breakfast needs addressing.
What, in our...
In our studio,
Yeah.
breakfast, it's like a lot of the TikTok videos I'm getting at the moment involve the migrations in the Serengeti.
Right.
And there's a very similar vibe when the breakfast comes out on a
Like
tray.
the watering hole.
Yeah, like it's all these animals just coming in.
It's always next to you
It's
as well.
It's right next to me. So, which actually we've not talked about as a
I
team,
never
but
thought about that.
I never thought about it.
Is
it's-
it annoying?
yeah, it is a bit.
So
Didn't
the
think
food
about
always
it.
gets put next to you in the studio, doesn't
It comes
it?
on a tray and it's full of boxes, like a
And it
takeaway box.
stinks. There's always eggs in there.
Stinks
It
like mate. I've got
stinks.
bloody Nanatoes flapping around with his box like
All right, my
next
love.
to me.
Has
Oh,
anyone seen my eggs? Who's
we
had
got,
my
who
eggs?
wants communal hash browns?
I know, and then he starts dishing it out. He goes, Maddie, would you like your hash browns, my love?
Yeah.
I've never thought about it. I'll be honest, because you know I'm like at my desk when I'm there. I don't like anyone. I don't like anyone coming up and arms flapping round and pressing buttons because I have to see the desk. Yeah, it'd annoy me that if
I just think cabin crew wouldn't put a big tray of food next to the pilot, would they?
This is the thing. There's nowhere to put anything in that studio. There's no space.
No, you're right. I think
only
we need. I
joking.
think we need a butler's table,
Oh,
don't we?
trolley.
No,
Need trolley.
those butler's tables,
Yeah,
the
little
fold up
separate.
ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, butler's tray. They call it butler's tray.
It's
yeah.
wicked.
Really?
I actually like the breakfast, and we're very lucky. So we get breakfast, and it's quite a nice communal
it's a
activity.
perk of
It's
the
a
morning,
bonding
isn't it?
thing.
It's free as well.
We are
If you work
honest.
on-
We're so
If
lucky.
you work on a
yes.
breakfast shop global, it was one of the for me when I was signing a contract. It was the thing
the
that got me
tipping
over the
point.
line.
Yeah.
Chris went, by the way, he went, you get a free breakfast. I went, shut up.
Where do I
He
sign?
went, I remember saying, they don't dock it from your wages at end of month. He went, no, it's free. I went, what is it? He went, you can get absolutely whatever you
I
want.
said you got to watch yourself because I got quite fat quite quickly.
Oh my God, so
say
did
that
I.
to
What-
me.
what-
I did.
In
We
my
all
first
do
2
it.
weeks,
We
I was
all
having
do it.
breakfast wraps, sausage sandwiches.
Because you don't realise the impact it has when you're ordering like bolognese for
Yeah,
No,
I did. I was bolognese for breakfast.
Yeah, we all did it.
I remember that one particular time there was a big old bubble and squeak, and I thought it'd be like breakfast bubble and squeak sort of situation. It was a big old tray of like I used to almost challenge them with a cottage pie.
Well,
like,
when it was James O'Leary, the chef, we did start treating it like a bit of a prank. Like it was like, what can we get him to cook us that he won't say
it was
no
outrageous.
to?
Toad in the
cook
hole
you up.
one
It's-
one day.
It's
like,
they'll cook you out and
He
then
made a
mental.
Jamaican.
did.
They
brunch.
do- honestly, it's one of the great things about working here. It's you had told what did you have?
We took the mick. One morning he was doing plan. We literally got him. We were taking the absolute piss here. We were like, what will he say no to? And I don't think he ever realised.
He never
He was
said
making
no.
like plantain, and he did like a Jamaican breakfast for us. We never thought he would do it. He
We
comes
challenged
out
all
with foil
sorts.
trays.
It's fucking
oh my
anything,
God!
mate.
At one point, producer Callum was having, what did he call it?
Oh
the
no! I came up with this. The carbonara. He was having a full-on sort of creamy
Carbonara for breakfast.
Yes, and this
Why
was doing,
not?
and I was getting really fat, like really fat. And I'll tell you, it's because what was happening was food makes me happy, and like, and it's hard getting up in the morning. Like anyone who is up early doing them shifts and all that mad respect, and I've got a bit more used to it, and yes, I'm actually trying to lose a bit of weight a bit here and there at the moment. So you'll notice I'm having a banana or I'm having a little fruit pot situation.
That's right. Yeah.
Do I want to be having that? No. I want to be tucking back into the carbonaras and that. But mate, this is why then when I've got a tray of food next to me, I'm sniffing the hash brown and I want it, but I can't have it.
Well, what about? Oh, go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say that app he discovered this morning. I thought he was going to literally.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Oh,
Sean.
for God's sake, where even we go
over
with
the
it?
app.
Right, just so before we get into circling back, it's very good. It's called G Feast. We get free food, and you're right. When I first started, I went mad and put a bit of weight on. So now I just get Weetabix and a granola pot. But on a Friday, I treat myself to a sausage and egg sandwich. However, they do specials every day as well. This is mad, right? We get specials, and what was it I had today? It was cucumber on a bagel
With macadamia paste.
It's mental. I've never had that.
Of anything.
It was like a new breakfast unlocked.
I like to think I'm quite well travelled these days. I've never even heard of macadamia, and now I'm having it in work.
Well, I've heard of a macadamia nut, but I've never known it in a paste with a cucumber on it. I mean, was it actually nice?
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed
Was it?
Yeah, it was really nice. And then tell everyone about this app you've discovered now.
So Maddie the Baddie's got me onto this. It's called
was it
Good
called?
for You's Olivia Rodrigo.
Too good
to go.
Oh, yeah.
good to go.
Oh my god.
Explain this.
Right. So love this for a number of different reasons. There is an app you can get where so there's a lot of food waste in the UK, right? We're all agreed.
I hate
so
food
shops
waste.
and cafes and stuff like that, when they're getting towards the end of the day, often they discount things, like, and we all know about it with supermarkets. Towards the end of the day, they discount things, you can get a little bargain. This is an app that basically puts it on an app. So for example, if there was a breakfast place, you go on this app and it tells you all these breakfast places, and it will say, oh, you can turn up and get a mystery bag of food, right, from a Greg's or from a hotel or whatever it is, and in that bag you'll pay like a £5 for the bag, £3 for the bag. You'll pay a fraction of what it would cost for that food, but they just load in a load of stuff at the end of the day. Stops it from going to waste. So everyone wins. Less food waste from the place. They're also getting a couple of last minute sales, and we're getting a bargain on it. Check out this app because it seems to be, I think, all over the UK from what I could see.
Yeah, and at the moment, I think you're right in that you have to actually physically turn up and pick it up. I bet it won't be long till there's almost like a Uber Eats
It's brilliant.
Deliveroo situation where you were just ordering these mystery boxes.
I'm going straight after this. I looked on there before we started this podcast. The hotel next door, you know, that right fancy one.
Yeah.
Breakfast, it says, because it says in the app, breakfast would normally cost there £29. I can go and pick up what I think they called like a mystery bag or a bag of joy. I've not used this app yet or something. I can secure the bag for £4.
That's fantastic.
I'm here for the bag of joy. You must be Mr. Stark.
And this is what I'm saying.
Come this way.
Come get involved.
Too good to go. I want to check it out. Quickly, Sarah says, loving the podcast on the late journeys home from gigs. I've got a question for Sean. Do you ever feel like you're third wheeling the bromance between the boys, or do you feel like you have to babysit them? Also, you should definitely do a drunk episode. Sean, do you ever feel like you're third wheeling?
No, it's funny. I quite enjoy when things go a bit carnage and you two just go on these mad moments, snogging each other, hugging, toe wrestling, whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
wars.
we do. We have a very how can I put this,
I think
Chris?
it's big brother, little brother energy for me, but no, is it not? Is
No,
it more?
yeah, I'd
something
agree,
more...
but then you don't really, because sometimes we have a right go at each other on air, don't we? And I always love it where if we're on air and he's got his arms folded, I go, you see, this is what annoys me about you, and I'm like, yes, great, and then that's always a good link. Yeah.
What I definitely want people to know is that it's all real, but also if sometimes I worry how it might come across if you're only listening.
Yeah.
Like we're all in on the jokes, but as in no one ever feels there's never any real tension, or no one's ever really taking the piss to the point where, you know, we're all doing it from a place of love.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, Jordan, you are so good at taking, like, the piss out of yourself. I think that's a real trait of yours. I love it.
But I don't know if it's like a weird sort of narcissism. I suppose it's the opposite of narcissism, but people take the piss out of me. I love it.
Yeah, but that's
It makes me
great.
laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, you can laugh at.
Totally.
You got to be self-deprecating, haven't you?
I don't think I'd feel comfortable if we were all gave each other too many compliments. I quite like the vibe we've got, where it's honest and true, and we can all wind
The
up.
Sty thing last week was great. We literally did half hour on the radio of listeners taking the piss out of my Sty, and that's what you do if you walked into an office at work and, and your eye was shut and weeping. Everyone's going to take the piss. It's like, why not do it on the radio?
Also, can we do a drunk episode? Could it be like drunk history kind of energy?
Pitched this to John Sopel the other day.
We did. We seen John Sopel the other day.
What did you say?
We said we've had an idea called the Booze Agents, and he was dead up for it.
Great.
Yeah.
Or maybe we launch it and then we leave them to it.
So there's us three, and then we've got John, Lewis, and Emily, mateless.
I
Lewis
would love
Goodall.
to bring the news stories that I find to them.
Or it's
Well,
three, and then we
what
do
we're
a
saying,
spin
like,
off.
maybe-
We just get pissed with him in here one day.
Or like even if we so let's say we can't get everyone, which maybe would be a nice Christmas thing to do. We get their topics,
Yes.
but we get pissed and come in here and discuss the same topics.
Brilliant.
Great. Just get him in.
Something like that.
They all love a drink. Well, I don't know if Emily does. I don't know if she drinks, but I know John does. I think he likes a red. And Lewis, I've often seen him drinking pints. Yeah, we'll definitely have a drink with him one day.
It'd be
I think that'd be a nice thing to do.
Also, you should check out News Agents.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. It is. Even if you're not that into news and politics, it's just I proper bum it. I love it. Can you say that?
Can you?
That's such an old school
It
thing
is, I've
to.
not heard
It's such an
anyone
old
say
school.
that.
That's like right back to year 4 or 5. It's
You
like,
go, "Oh, you bum stark,
Yeah.
you," and it's like, yeah, but I
you
proper
bum science, don't you?
Yeah,
That's what it used
taking
to
me
be.
back to school. But Greg in Salford's message, he says, Chris, you've interviewed so many celebs over the years, and you said that you'd rather ask them about a Nando's and their movie. But here comes a great question. If you could redo one interview, what would it be?
Oh,
and
that's
why?
a great
Isn't
question.
it just? Have we all got one of those?
Nice one, Greg.
Oh, if you could redo any interview. I'm trying to think now as well of
That's
what
so
I would
hard.
do. I sometimes fantasize about what I wish I could have said.
If I could redo one interview, that's a hard one.
Sometimes some of my best stuff happened right at the start of a junket and they weren't filming, and that makes me so angry.
Should always be rolling.
Because you catch a moment, don't you, that's so magical. Like like when I did that Barbie interview, I dressed fully as Barbie with rollerblades, and I wheeled and I pushed myself into that room, and I just basically just crash landed into that interview, and it ended up being such a funny thing, and I ended up like sitting on someone's knee. Like the whole thing was wild, and none of it ever saw the light of day because they just weren't ready. They were like, right, are you ready? I was like, I was ready.
I think Mike Skinner, because he's
From the
such a
streets.
personal hero of mine, I've interviewed him a couple of times. I've got to hang out with him a couple of times, but I sort of regret every interaction I've ever had with him
Why?
because I come across too much of a fanboy.
Yeah.
And like, it's when it's personal, you can't help but doubt yourself afterwards because you're like, it's really annoying. I could have asked anything and asked that, or I could have said anything and I did that.
Yeah, mine would be Brad Pitt and Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Yeah.
Did a junket with him for that Bullet Train film.
Oh yeah.
I was just massively underprepared.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
that.
really?
shit.
Yeah, but it's a learning curve. In fact, it wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple of years ago, so I was well into it. But I didn't see the film, which you should always do. And
Sometimes it's just not possible.
Yeah, it isn't, and I just feel like it was Brad Pitt. It's you know what I mean. It was Brad, and that's why we did the junket because usually a lot of junkets we don't do, but it was Brad Pitt. I just don't feel like because I was underprepared, got the best from him.
Oh mate, I've got one. I've just thought of one.
Go on.
I don't know if you'll be able to find a picture of it, but I interviewed Pink,
Amazing.
and I just think she's one of the best people ever.
Yeah.
Interview was all really good. Interview was fine, but I went and bought a new top for it because I wanted to make a good impression, and it was what do you call the ones where it's the one that Dapper Laughs wore on Newsnight?
Oh, like a roll neck,
roll
like
neck.
a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was that one that goes right up to your So it was a black turtleneck top,
Like Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs-esque, and I accidentally had the chain out the whole time.
Oh, that.
So I looked like The Rock.
Oh,
I don't know if you know that picture.
Yes, I know.
And
the
it's so
picture.
annoying because it's the only time I've met Pink.
Oh.
And I've got a photo with her, and I thought, you've smashed this. You've got new clothes and everything. You're going to look great. This is the picture that you always wanted, because I think Pink's awesome. And chains out.
Yeah, that's well annoying.
It's just totally ruined it.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think you're dressing really good at the moment.
Stylist, innit?
Have you got a stylist?
Yeah.
Have you actually,
Yeah.
mate?
It's this place.
Have you actually? You look.
It's all changed, mate.
You've got a stylist.
Yeah, 2.0 now.
What's that mean?
Chris 2.0 he means.
That's
He's like
class.
the
It's true, mate.
updated
It's
version.
true.
You know this? We were in a thing the other day.
I didn't know you. So I think
We
you
were in a
look-
thing the other day, all getting fitted up and stuff like that. I find it the funniest thing. Seeing you guys in action as well, because you love all this stuff.
I wasn't
both
wearing a
of you.
plebs jacket.
You
No
two are so
chance.
funny because you're there fussing over like, do you think we need to turn up this bit or turn down? They literally put some clothes on me. They're like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yep,
great.
sound.
Let's crack on."
Who wants to
Well,
go?
I'll have to admit, because I am the worst girl, as in I don't enjoy getting dressed. I don't enjoy trying
not?
clothes on. I don't enjoy getting my hair done. I don't enjoy getting my nails done. So all these things that a lot of girls really look forward to and enjoy, I cannot wait to get out of there. So it's a really strange one for me because I actually don't like spending a long time getting ready. And I do find it very stressful.
Speaking of which, we've got to go because our barber's.
You two
Oh
are
my
so
God, that's not
No,
even
we
a
are
joke,
so
is it?
bougie.
You
Right,
are so
all I'm going to
shocking.
say
We've
is.
changed so
we
much.
have
It's
Unbelievable.
mental.
All our mates will be listening to this, but all I'm going to say is, right, we are filmed 20.
No, there's
we're
no
filmed
excuse for it,
4
mate.
hours a day in this studio. So we have a barber that now comes and does our hair once a week.
It's honestly,
he's our mate.
The game's gone.
But all the game's gone. But also, like years ago, I used to just like put a hoodie on and do the radio.
Yeah.
Now, because it's filmed, I have to proper get an outfit out every night.
Because he's become this sort of sex icon.
Not sex icon.
Well, you are. You have had a mad glow up in the time we've talked about it on this podcast. You have had a glow up. You look
Haven't now.
fantastic.
Oh.
But also, I do think
Pressure.
it's so different. Like we all do want to look good as well on things, and it's like,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
I'm really adjusting to this new sort of celebrity way of being about things. They give you some clothes. They do your hair. You know, Jordan's right. I'm about to go get a haircut. You know,
And he comes to you.
nuts. The barber comes here.
To our work, but
I do find it insane.
We need our hair. Like I need my hair doing it.
But that is why this job and this whole lifestyle puts you in the weirdest bubble that's not real life. And it's only when you sort of sit like now and talk about it, you go, that's actually mental.
It's mental.
Don't forget when we're all run down and that private doctor came in. That's for another time.
Don't. There's so many ridiculous stories we can tell you.
That's a story for
That's
another.
a story. I will
That's
never do that ever
I
again.
thought it was class.
Never doing that again.
I remember we
Oh,
messaged Scott and he was
Yeah.
We'll save
Save-
that. We'll save that for
that
another
one.
When
time.
should we do it? Should we promise? No, we have to say when. We'll promise we'll do it. What, in the next Saturday show?
Yeah, we'll do it on the next week's
Okay,
show. We'll
okay.
we were all proper run down and it was class. Right, that's us done then for another week on After the Show, the Capital Breakfast podcast with me, Jordan North, Chris Stark and Sian Welby. Remember, do all your podcast admin, like, subscribe and leave us a 5-star lovely review as well. You can leave us a bad review, but we'd prefer a nice one.
Yeah, let's be kind here. Also, send us an email, get involved with the show, tell us your stories, comments, questions, criticisms, aftershowshow@capitalfm.com.
Yep, and you can keep up with all the episodes on Global Player or wherever you get your podcast.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.